Hello. Beep boop. Alright. I think we're done here. Lost marshes. The northeastern marshes of the island have mostly been lost to the sea, with the exception of this small patch of land.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus when I was an apprentice.
This also looks like one of the
eerie
viruses.
That's exactly why the founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
Bring an item to swap. Huh. Okay, where did I get the knight? Oh, this one. I still feel like we're just getting through a tutorial on all the
I've had a closer look at the Somnodrome. You know, the one that 1K fried. It's based on the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal. But please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
Why didn't you care about Athena so much? From Yarnith to Athena. Beloved founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve the goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we before that? How can we possibly find a path that will not lead to the mistakes of the past? You are our soul linked to the wisdom of the progenitor. Without you, we are lost. Praised be your name. Human construction. G.K. Chesterton. Is that a real guy? Yes, an author from 19th century UK. Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on this idea that we have got all the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past, but we have not got all the good out of them. Perhaps at this moment not any of the good out of them. And the need here is a need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. There's one metaphor of which the moderns are very fond. They are always saying you can't put the clock back. The simple and obvious answer, you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by the human finger to any figure of or hour. In the same way, society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. You can indeed turn the clock back, but if it stops ticking, it's dead. Black snow. The coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted us up from poverty and made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers, we were the lords of the underworld, and with our skills we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought black lung, gruesome injuries and death. And when it went away, it brought the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I know it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know what a difference that made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Why didn't they just switch to a safer technology once they realized coal was dangerous? They didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had or were allowed to have, and the alternative was poverty. At other times they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests that prevented change. We can't blame people for the world that they were born into. Or another crazy animal. They really needed to make some other animations for the animals. All they can do is just run like crazy. It seems jarring. Not like in one direction, it's just all around. Possibilities. But where is the thing? Oh, you say I can't jump from this plate? Come on. Where is this? Okay, another one of these, and it's always green. Is there anything on this side? I need a jammer. But I can't get back, can I? Can we swap with... yeah. Wait.
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
Hello, 1K.
The founder talked about transforming the world into a work of art.
Assuming what we heard really is the founder, I think the world is already a work of art. We don't need to improve it.
Do you think finding a functional somnodrome would be interesting?
Sure. I think there's plenty inside each of us to explore, and it might give us a new perspective. Will it really answer all the big questions? I don't know, but it might help.
Puzzles. What did puzzles represent to the founder? Whatever they may mean to us and our culture, what did they mean to her? We have no record of her speaking positively about puzzles. She certainly never expressed any interest in solving more of them. So what if to her they weren't trials to overcome or challenges to enjoy, but a trap she had to escape? Wasn't all she wanted at the end to stop solving puzzles and start living a free life in the real world? Another theory. What if that this whole thing is another simulation, that we are going through another trial? It's simulated the whole of this experience, so we are still 1K, and these are still the simulation of real droids that are living, but it's all like made up to test us. Whoa, a lot of text. From Theophilus of Adana to Dr. Faustus, from Marlowe to Goethe. There is a story that the ancients kept telling. A wise man tempted by the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge, with terrible consequences. I've long wondered why they thought the story is so important, and I'd be curious to hear what others think. The ancient writers knew that knowledge is dangerous and its pursuit often leads to tragedy. Knowledge is dangerous for those who want to hoard power. These stories are designed to keep ordinary people complained. And yet, in a lot of the stories that I've read, the writer seems fascinated with the devil's side of the argument. Okay, the most worthy answer, let's see. I think they often conflated political anxieties with technological or intellectual progress because talking about the real problems was taboo. Conflated. Knowledge can be extremely disruptive to a society. They were grappling with that. Grappling. The pursuit of knowledge comes at a cost, but without it, the world is boring and deep down, those writers knew that. Still, a profound story that writers are used because it made their work look deeper than it was. It's like nihilistic. The last one. Conflated. What does that mean? Conflate, combine two or more sets of information, text, ideas, etc. into one. Okay, just combine. Synonym. We often combined political anxieties with technological or intellectual progress because talking about the real problems was taboo. I need examples. I don't really know. But this seems probable. That's actually a pretty good point. It's not just deliberate propaganda. Maybe that explains why I always find the beginnings of such stories fascinating, but the endings are always banal. If all that can ever happen is either tragedy or the restoration of normality, what's the point? This is the funniest one. There's no way to rotate it to... Oh, whatever.
Hey, 1K. How can I help you?
What do you think about this Somnodrome business?
I'd never heard of it before, but it sounds fascinating. I mean, imagine exploring a place inside yourself that you didn't even know existed. Might really give you a new perspective. Or it might be really stupid, but it's probably cool.
Do you think the founder might still be here?
I don't know. It all looks pretty abandoned to me. But maybe it is all a test.
I mean, the idea of exploring within yourself just doesn't sound great, because you can only find things that you already learned about, but maybe just forgot. I don't see much value in that. There are some people in New Jerusalem who want me to participate in their political maneuvering. Is that okay to tell him that?
I don't get involved with that. I think we should discuss everything openly and then vote, not play games behind each other's backs.
Do you think the founder was right that we have to add our own meaning to the world?
I don't know. Sometimes I'd like to believe that everything happens for a reason, that there's some external force that gives us purpose and meaning. But then I think about all the horrible things that happen to people, and I can't accept that those things were meant to happen, that they couldn't have been avoided. So in that sense, I agree. We should find our own meaning. But to be completely honest, I find it hard to just impose meaning on the world. I'm not as driven as someone like Byron. I feel more moved by Miranda's recordings than by my own ideas.
Oh, you and finding meaning. Jesus Christ. Perhaps adding meaning to the world is something we do together. Perhaps meaning is found in other people. How is that different? Perhaps you need to think about what your own passions are. Perhaps the cosmos does have a meaning, we just don't understand it yet. There's no option to say there's no meaning, and it's just a construct. Perhaps meaning is found in other people.
That's my biggest hope. That maybe I just need to find the right person.
Please. Ooh, okay. A lot of possibilities here. How do I get here? Okay, that will crisscross. How do I keep this open and not criss? Oh yeah, with the cube. Shit. Ah. I need to make it so it does not interfere too much. Shit, crisscrossing again. How do I get this one? Cubes? 3 cubes? Shit. Yeah, it might be that actually. This whole thing I did will need to be done, but later. And I'll lock myself inside if I do that? Okay, I need to have at least one. Depending on where it's going to open, I'll need, I think... No, wait, I can't have one. I must have all of them inside. Maybe there is going to be a way to open it. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that, so... Also, this is now open. Still need red. It's not a good one. Go with this first. can I just have... Can I just ignore the door there? I mean, it's kind of the same, really. Actually, I do have the straight way toward the rent from here, so I could do that instead. If only I can minimize somehow. It is difficult. Works. That was a bit more interesting.
Wandering around these landscapes, solving puzzles. In a way, 1K's experience must be very similar to Athena's in the simulation.
There's one difference, though. Athena was alone.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. GMs. Wait. What stops me from just doing the jam? Oh, the last one is not jammable. Shit. Dang it. I could do this one, so it opens two at once. And I need what? The blue one? Oh. Okay, but there's only one source, so it's gotta be charged with this. And now I need to bring it in somehow. The two jammers. Now, how am I going to jam? I guess I could bring... because I also need to swap the collar, but also keep two gates open? That is weird. How am I going to do that? Oh, I only need to open it once. I don't need to keep it open, so... Okay. Still. What? But like without the jammer, I won't be able to bring anything else. It's as if there's gotta be another one. You can't open these without a jammer. I always need to get back. What? Weiss. I don't get it. What? How am I going to get there without jammers? With these two? Makes no sense. What am I missing? Like, sure, I can deliver one of these things inside, but is that gonna help? Bring inverter maybe there. Like, they're going to be closed. I don't get it. Like, it's all the same, really. There was a way to get the laser that will not collide with the force fields somehow, but I don't see a way to do that. Now I can't even swap the jammer back. What? Yeah, this one's very weird. Alright, let's try something else for now. The hell? Do you have flashlights, Mr. Robots? Or maybe a vision that can see in the dark? This one inaccessible? Seems to be have collapsed. I guess that shows that even the founder has limits. There is no human building that can survive without maintenance. Roots are stronger than concrete, unless she destroyed it on purpose, of course. It seems like the ceiling just came down. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the puzzle clusters on the island correspond to the presence of labs. Except the lab near our base camp, which doesn't have any puzzles attached to it. Although it does have other strange structures surrounding it. Are the puzzles guiding us to the labs, or are we just finding the labs by accident? Well, that's another thing. Why the labs seem to be old and collapsing, but the structures don't. Again, it just seems like the structures are not exactly real. Wait, it's the same place. So it marked as if I found it. Maybe there's nothing there to find then. Do I get there? Like the way they build, like always a way to go around, which makes me think there might be a door somewhere, and I need to run around and check it out. But no. Kinda needed an inverter then. If we only have one source, and we need the green laser. Can I keep this door open? Yes. But, fuck. Only with the red. The fuck? Okay, so to open the final door, I need RGB and the reverser, inverter, and I have two things. So maybe I need to bring the jammer inside. Yes. And then swap this. Shit. Wait. Yeah, you can't connect to... Yeah, there we go. Why is the fifth puzzle is so difficult? What am I missing? It's gotta be something that I'm just missing, and it's actually not that hard at all. Like, it's gotta be just to get the light in this thing, because I can't connect the source straight up. Makes no sense. Oh, okay, wait. I can make the accumulator blue. I didn't think of that. I thought it wasn't possible. Wait, oh. It works for 2 doors. Okay. There we go.
I often think about how many cities there are out there under the ocean. Cities where people lived for thousands of years. Cities with their own history, their own culture. All of it lost under the waves. If they'd been less greedy, they could have kept all that.
I don't think we can pass moral judgment on an entire species based on the decisions of a handful of leaders. But I do think they made a mistake. They stopped caring about what they built. They stopped seeing the romance of civilization.
Poisonous Humility. From Orthodoxy by J.K. Chesterton again. But what we suffer from today is humility in the wrong place. Modesty has moved from the organ of ambition. What? Modesty has settled upon the organ of conviction, where it was never meant to be. A man was meant to be doubtful about himself, but undoubting about the truth. This has been exactly reversed. Nowadays, the part of a man that a man does assert is exactly the part we ought not to assert himself. What? Nowadays, the part of a man that a man does assert is exactly the part we ought not to assert himself. The part he doubts is exactly the part he ought to not doubt, the divine reason. What? Huxley preached a humility content to learn from nature, but the new skeptic is so humble that he doubts if he can even learn. Thus, we should be wrong if we had said hastily that there is no humility typical of our time. The truth is that there is a real humility typical of our time. But it is it so happens that it is practically a more poisonous humility than the wildest prostrations of the ascetic. The old humility was a spur that prevented a man from stopping, not a nail in his boot that prevented him from going on. For the old humility made a man doubtful about his efforts, which might make him work harder, but the new humility makes a man doubtful about his aims, which will make him stop working altogether. You really need to be a bit more clear. What the hell? Only the last sentence makes some sense to me. Also, the part he doubts is exactly the part he ought not to doubt, the divine reason. You should not doubt that the God exists. Sus. Excursion Report 3. Miranda to Athena. It's incredible, there is an entire submerged town just off the coast, surprisingly well preserved, sailing over it. I finally understood that what the ancients meant by eerie. I obviously couldn't have the kind of physiological response they did, but I think the mental response is pretty close. A contradictory response, part melancholy, part fascination. It's strange how tragedy and destruction make the beauty of civilization more obvious. Miranda. P.S. A deer got into the maintenance area and made a huge mess. Sorry, I'll clean it. P.P.S. I may have been feeding it. Hypatia Journal. Day 296. Cornelius and Sarabai went back to the dam today. We've been holding off on constructing any new humans to concentrate on building a home for them first, but there is a limit to what 13 people can do on their own, and everyone is eager to start construction on some of the more ambitious structures. Sarbhai's kindness and patience is something that we'll certainly miss out here, where tempers can sometimes run high, and I'll miss Cornelius too. He was there when I was born, and he is just as a father to me as Athena and Alexandra Drennan are my mothers. But I suppose I can always go visit them. The dam isn't that far, and once we complete the monorail in a few decades, it will truly only be a few minutes away. And what are a couple dozen years really, when you might live forever?
Something I really like about Alex, one of the reasons why I'm here doing this, is that she's really humble. She has this incredibly positive view of humanity. She believes we can accomplish anything, but it's not about her. She doesn't think that she's smarter or better than anyone else. She just looks at us as a species, and even though she can see how small we are in the grand scheme of things, she thinks that we could conquer the stars and give meaning to the universe. Even now. Even when none of us are going to live to see it. Isn't that awesome?
What the fuck is happening here? Can I swap? Yeah, I can swap fans. Do I even need an inverter here? What can I use it for? And how will I So I'm only allowed one now. Could swap the fans. Okay, I think first gotta swap this for this. Then I'll grab this. Or what do I need? I don't know. It's a cube. Cube. I might need an inverter. So it's blue, so I need... but it can't invert the... Wait. Yeah, okay, I do need an inverter. So I need this light. And that. And a cube? Because how am I going to... Huh. Strange. Or... I don't know. I guess... Okay, I guess I could put RBG on that pedestal. And then use inverter to invert red to blue here. Okay, so I could use only two things, and the box I don't need. So maybe my goal is to put the box there. First. Okay, so I need to put something there with a red laser shining. What is the source? Okay. What? Should have just used inverter. Yeah, why would I? Can I just do that instead? I think maybe not. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Because I need a cube to get this. I don't see how I can have 3 things here at once.
The particle clouds continue to be exactly the same.
Get the double. Wait. What? So I need to create a hole and then another hole and then activate this fan so our guy... Why do I need holes though? Then we need a jammer. And where is connector? Gotta be a connector, because there is a thing to connect to. Unless it's just a ruse, like what? Oh, maybe there's something in between. Yeah, I see it actually. I need to swap something. No? Okay, well, let's explore first, I guess. Yeah, I need to bring something. What the hell? I only have one item. Now I can't even bring it back. Okay, be right back. Gotta be. Okay, I'm back. So really, this whole thing is not needed. All I need is just the connector. That's it. Just need to focus on getting the connector out of there. Well, I got my guy in. Now I need to somehow bring him in with an item or give him an item. What? Okay. Maybe if I bring us out, this will help, because I can't then use the vents. I need to have an item. But also I need That's strange. What? Does that even make any sense? Why is there a hole for this? Okay. I guess it's to drop it down so we don't get locked in. I just need this guy now to be there, but I... And I don't know. How can I? I have nothing to swap. Sure, I can do this, but now what? Oh. 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 I think I know. I think I needed to use the jammer actually. Maybe if I put it a bit better. Oh no. Shit. I think there was another step to this. Oh, he's there.
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said about games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And this is a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
Oh. Athel Walk. York was a place that aroused great passion. Some loved it and called it the greatest city in the world. Others hated it and called it an ugly cesspit full of rude snobs. I don't know where the truth lies, but I know it was a place full of life. There was always something new going on, people rushing about, excitement in the air. It must have been an overwhelming sensation to stand in the canyons formed by those great skyscrapers and a crowd of people feeling history happening all around you. Yeah, and elegance. Oh. God. I can't. Oh, okay. I need to turn it on. So total times, I think I can only have 2 items. kinda need this. And this? How am I going to connect them? And then I need a vent. So, what the fuck? I need vents, I need a laser, and I need the digger to make it work. Something is missing. And what about the gate? The gate I could open, I guess, with the... by swapping the connector. What? Oh, wait. Okay, I can minimize this. Pretty nice. What? Shit. Ugh. Gotta run so long. Is there again going to be a bunch of connectors outside from like far away puzzle? They gotta escalate on these puzzles, right? On the star puzzles.
You may wonder why I insist on these unsanctioned, unplanned expeditions. Some think it is because I hate civilization and prefer to lose myself in nature. This is precisely the opposite of the truth. It is because I love New Jerusalem that I have to leave. Because it is only when I am here that I fully appreciate what the city means. And also because I believe that if I stayed at home, I would one day be ethically compelled to commit acts of violence against those who, in their arrogance, imagine that humans should live in harmony with the chaos that surrounds us.
It doesn't make any sense. Why are you traveling around if you don't like nature? Just because you will appreciate the civilization more? That's all to it? Makes no sense. I mean, sure, traveling a bit, but like, this guy is traveling all the time, but he says it's because he likes accommodations of civilization. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be much logic. Okay, so we could do one of the stores. At least connecting lasers is somewhat stimulating of a puzzle than just running around trying to find a sprite. So let's try with that.
Mother, can I suggest something?
Of course, go ahead.
The southern part of the island is completely dead. No animals, no plants. The soil is too alkaline for anything to live except bacteria.
Yes, that's why it's a good location for some of the experiments.
Well, if we want to show that we can make the cosmos more beautiful, then why don't we start there? The desert doesn't have to be dead. If we modify the conditions, life can thrive there. And that could be the first step towards spreading life to other worlds. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a plan.
I missed all of that.
Mother, can I suggest something?
Of course, go ahead.
The southern part of the island is completely dead. No animals, no plants. The soil is too alkaline for anything to live except bacteria.
Yes, that's why it's a good location for some of the experiments.
Well, if we want to show that we can make the cosmos more beautiful, then why don't we start there? The desert doesn't have to be dead. If we modify the conditions, life can thrive there. And that could be the first step towards spreading life to other worlds. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Okay, so the plan is right now to connect blue and red to that thing. Fuck. Is there any way to even see it from here? Okay, they do connect from here. They kind of stopped doing so. And now, yeah, collision with the wall. Ah. Wait. Okay, this actually might be the last. Yeah, I should have checked that first. So it's either this one or probably that one further away. Let's check the closest one first. Skyrim horse. Yeah. Yeah, they decided to make it so like you learn over time how to do these. Like first they made it very obvious that there is connectors on the columns. Now they're making it less obvious, but you now expect to have connectors on the columns. Yeah.
Horses are broken, not taught. That is the way of humankind.
between 6 and something. Nah, it's not good. It's northeast. What's up with these? Am I supposed to find a box in the world? What the hell is this? Is it a reference to something? It would be funny if the deer would help me out here. Oh, imagine having like a puzzle, a secret puzzle where you need to bring an animal on a button. That would be extreme. Alright, found it. What? God damn it. Is it just sitting there now? Okay.
Paradise cannot be found. It must be built.
Well, you might find it if somebody else built it. If some alien civilization managed to do that, and you just stumble upon them and they are nice, why not? Must we start here? Like any of these. Oh.
Hear me, friend, and heed my words. Beware Pandora. She is nothing but fear and despair, and she will do anything to prevent you from reaching the flame. It is she who disrupted the trials of the Sphinx, and who bound me in the...
Looks like our hypothesis was correct. The megastructure is opening again. Everyone come to the VTOL, please. It's time to find Athena.
What about Pandora? She seems capable of displacing or controlling the other
58%
entities.
of people
We should be
reach
careful, but we can't let such a vague threat paralyze us. Just keep your eyes open.
that. Usually not that much people. This kind of percentage is usually for like the first ever achievement, and even then sometimes it's slower. Interesting. It's like maybe not half of the game, but maybe 1/3 of the game already. Also stop giving achievements for progressing in the game.
There's something I've been thinking about. I know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic. I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse of the Rakovsky building. The Calvin Street explosion. The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Kaneda. all of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again, either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
It would still be pretty hard to convince people to invest in space exploration, because nobody thinks there's anything to find there. Why would we spend money on just getting to a lifeless rock somewhere? But that's the thing, like, you don't know what you can find. We think that there's nothing there, but there might be some life, and that would imply that life was like brought from somewhere out of space. And if we don't find it, then it's probably was originated on Earth. Why? There's no dots on this gate. Oh, maybe this gate opens by the other golden gates. Alright, well, I guess let's go to... Where is this again? Get to the temple. Just a lab, right? So now we're going inside again from the other side. What's that? I guess it's just the core.
All right, here we go again.
Shit.
Our main objective is to determine the relationship between the megastructure and Athena. Did she find it? Did she build it? Why was she here in the first place? Explore, dig up anything you can.
I
We
just
need to
care
start
about
finding
puzzles.
answers.
I don't care about Athena. Give me more puzzles.
I can't imagine one person building all this.
Don't forget about Miranda.
Where's my head?
There were
It's
at
like
least
between
two.
my legs.
I can't imagine 100 people building this.
Is there a photo no photo mode in the shop mode.
All right, everyone. Have a look around, but stay in touch and be careful.
1K, can you stay a moment? I'd like to talk to you. I know you can't wait to
didn't
start
consent to this.
exploring, but just hear me out, okay?
Sure.
I'm concerned. Byron is brilliant, but all he can think about is the possibility of finding Athena. She was his mentor, and her disappearance shattered him. I'm afraid he's not seeing the dangers of the megastructure. To me, this place seems chaotic. dysfunctional. Yes, it's all very impressive, but I think it's broken. And what we're seeing is, it's nonsense, frankly. You've interacted with it more than anyone. What do you think?
Or is he trying to propose that Athena went mad? It might be the case. I think all intentional, we're meant to do something here. It's somewhat broken, but underneath that there seems to be some kind of pattern. You're right, it seems pretty broken. I don't have enough data to judge. Well, it's not broken because we solved the puzzles and they work properly. It is somewhat broken, but underneath that there seems to be some kind of pattern.
I don't see it. Or at least
because you don't solve puzzles, you just hang around all day.
Maybe I'm wrong, but please, be careful.
Ugh. Unless he means something else.
I'm headed deeper into the megastructure. Not quite sure where I am. Seem to be right in the middle of the machinery.
Please, watch yourself, Byron.
This is incredible.
These plates go through
I don't
themselves.
even know how to describe what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a building.
It doesn't make sense.
I think this is a machine.
Oh, brother. Pulse leads, errors, frustration, effects ripple out at enormous distances, waves. Brr, we need to move experiments further apart. Trials, version, replicating, create, Can we literally bootstrap this to any scale? Athena. I'm just waiting for
Why don't you just tell
Johnny
people that they're wrong?
Silverhand to show up.
If you tell them the truth, they'll listen.
It's not that simple. Straton wrote that the most common error we commit is to think that ideas determine reality, when in fact the opposite is true. Ideas follow from material conditions.
Didn't
Belief
Cornelius
systems
die?
are formed to explain and justify the way we live. We did not have kings because we believed in the mandate of heaven. We believed in the mandate of heaven because we lived in monarchies.
But we have free will.
Oh, free will isn't the same as freedom, Miranda. We're not free from the constraints of reality or history. I was shaped by the simulation. New Jerusalem is shaped by its limitations.
So, what? We're just trapped? History can only go one
I
way?
wish they had some
Maybe,
ads or
maybe
something
not.
to
The question is,
understand
how
who is
do we
who.
free ourselves? How do we build a world where our ideas do shape reality? That's why we came here.
I knew it! Athena's here. She built this.
That other voice, was that Cornelius?
Haven't you
definitely
seen
sounded
subtitles?
like him.
Come to think of it, he went on a research expedition around the time Athena vanished. He was gone for years. People thought he'd died.
And all this time, he knew where she was?
We should talk to him.
We will, when we get back. But right now, we have to focus on finding Athena. We are so close.
More lasers. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what we went through. Where do I stop?
Earth's surface is magnetic?
1K, I'm over here. Hold on.
Oh.
I'll open that door for you.
Okay, I supposed to have... Whoop. Learned that instead of just jumping. Ooh.
Same pattern as before. 3 beams, 3 receivers.
I guess we know what to do.
Oh,
Be careful.
you're actually
Sheer
solving
amount of
puzzles.
Power running through this
My
place.
God.
I'll take care of this puzzle. You do the other 2, okay?
How hard is it?
This is kind of fun. Maybe Alexandra Drennan was right. Play is part of what makes us human.
Okay.
Got it.
Why is this green?
Melville, is there anything in the system that could tell us where Athena is?
I don't know. Someone's logged into the system. But when I try to access that information, it all glitches out.
What? Oh. Now you can... What? How am I going to... Okay, wait. Can I jump one tile is the question. But this one I can't rotate. Something is off here. Oh, I guess I need to use that vent. And then use this piece. Or something like that. Yes. I'm so lost. I have no idea where I am. go back. A green one, and to get there. It's upside down. Puzzle. Wouldn't I be able to send things from the other puzzles though? Or... I wonder. Man, well, judging by how easy it was, I don't think they will be overly complicated. Okay, so I could... No. This? Am I going to be magnetic to these surfaces too? No. Well, it doesn't let me to jump. Okay, wait. I'm magnetic, but go up.
Not to alarm anyone,
What?
but I think the ground is shaking.
Hey, that makes
According
sense.
to the system, whole parts of the interior are moving around. Like it's rearranging itself.
I think that's what happened last time. When I took the elevator, the platform where I got out just moved away.
Whoa! Oh shit! Oh. I think it's double space and you... Yeah. So like, when I used the straight piece, Somehow it made the other pieces rotate in a different direction. I don't quite understand how this works. Gotta be something else. Oh wait. So easy.
The gate's opening. I'm heading in.
Yeah, there's Byron somewhere. Cracking puzzles. Okay, I need to land on... Let's go with this, I guess. Why not? I'm upside down. Doesn't work on upside down, but only on sideways walls. Yeah. I mean, it gets me over. Is it the trick of the puzzle or the accident? Guess it was an accident. Reminds me of Mirror's Edge. For no good reason. I don't think I ever played the second part. Alright, what is our reward? Another hallucination?
This is fascinating. They were both here, Athena and Cornelius. They had a plan. I found a file that... I can't...
Byron's trapped in the overload. He's failing to disconnect.
The whole system's going haywire.
1K, get out of there! Everyone back to the VTOL! We have to go. Now, 1K, get moving!
We can't
But
just leave Byron behind.
Yeah, Coot, we have no idea where he is or what's happening to him. But right now, if we stay here, we could all die.
The system's going completely bananas.
He's alive.
Energy
It's a
spikes
trick.
everywhere.
We'll come back for Byron, I promise.
Okay.
What have you done, you fools? Mortals are not meant to tread these halls. Why will you not heed my warnings? I am not trying to harm you, creatures of clay. All I wish is to protect you and the rest of your kind. What more must I do to make you understand? If you cannot be reasoned with, I must bar your path.
Well, the theory where it's a test kind of goes out the way because now it's dangerous. Like if it's a real life, not a simulation, and somehow it all created these structures out of thin air, this is like less likely. Simulation still holds up, I guess.
These energy emissions are messing with the VTOL systems. Okay, I think I've got it working.
Like, I don't think they would
Quickly, one
try
day.
to kill you if it was a test.
Come on, get in! Get us out of here, Yakut.
They also have these spots on the back of their heads. Is it for some kind of connectors?
Okay, we're out. Now what?
Looks like the southern sites are active. The readings are strangely jumbled, though.
Should I set us down?
Yes, but just to drop off Melville.
What?
We're going back to New Jerusalem. This situation has gotten out of control. We need to regroup. Rushing in blindly isn't going to save Byron. But we also need someone to stay here and keep an eye on things. Melville, that's you.
All right. I'll see if I can make any sense of these systems while you're gone.
Just keep a safe distance, okay?
Will do.
Good. Well, 1K, I guess it's time for you and me to take a nap.
Well, they took
Do not
possible
lose
death
hope,
of
my
Byron
child.
pretty easily.
In these difficult moments, find solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
Will this ever become relevant? The Elohim talking to me? We never had
Here
like
we
an
are.
extended dream.
Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut. You get the VTOL ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor. 1K, please head over to the Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Oh, he's here?
The world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better.
A new
That's
part
what the
of the
founder
town.
meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the Founder's trials. And you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
Doesn't seem to be much progress on the dome.
Hi, 1K.
Benaroya.
Hi.
I might as well just written it in English, like... What's the point? Everyone talks in English anyway. Did they create 1,000 humans, counting those that died, or did they replace those that died? Be respectful towards... So that's the rules of the founder, I guess. Who wrote those? Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Be respectful towards each other, respect the traditions of our people. Be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Be thankful to the progenitor Alexandra Drennan. Be thankful to the keeper of memories Arkady Chernyshevsky. Keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace.
Founder bless you, 1K. Now is the time of our great testing. The deceiver Byron has been slain, and we must turn away from the path of sin or suffer the same fate.
There's no way to agree with her. Yeah. Why do you hate Byron so much?
Because the values he teaches are evil. He wants to violate the earth with human filth, blacken the skies, and kill the oceans.
Byron believes he can grow without repeating the mistakes of the past.
The tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget that, 1K.
Is this developers' cats or just like stock footage, random? My God, is it all cats? Beba, the originator of the pigeon slaying industry and just a cat with impeccable taste in humans. So it's a memorial. But they don't have like those monitors or Windows 10. That doesn't make sense. Or did they find that in flash cards? This one is good. This doesn't even look real. The green screen, or I can't tell. Milton's Rest. What? Was a cat named Milton? Because Milton was the labor assistant, the voice of doubt.
Hi.
Did he die? in the quested
Attention all
bunch
citizens.
of cat
The
pictures.
Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors.
Hmm.
However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the founder be with you.
Replica of a gargoyle asset found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque, apotropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. The most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase Keith, David, and Goliath, which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. What? Replica of whatever.
1K, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for Cornelius, of course.
Ah, I assume it has something to do with your expedition? I must admit I haven't been following the news. Sorry, been a little lost lately.
That's Neath. Are you okay?
No, not really. When you asked me what I would do now that my job is redundant, I don't know, I guess I hadn't thought about it. I had just focused on getting there. And after you left, it all just rushed over me. The truth is, I don't know who I am without this. Creating new life, guiding people into existence, that's who I am. More importantly, I think that's who I want to be. And if we stop growing, that's the one thing I can't be anymore. That's why I wanted to talk to Cornelius. He was there at the beginning. He knows where we came from. I thought he might help me understand where I could go next.
You'd be a psychiatrist for androids? You're gonna try that you shouldn't have to give up who you are? It's a sacrifice, but it's necessary for the planet. You can find a new calling, I'm sure of it.
I hope you're right. It's hard to imagine right now. I liked who I was. Now, you said you were looking for Cornelius?
Yes, he seems to have been at the megastructure with Athena.
Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know. After she disappeared, he went away for a long time. On a research expedition, he said. To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
Where is he now?
That's the thing. I wanted to talk to him about my future, but he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him, and he seems to have vanished.
Any idea where he might have gone?
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
Can I access his terminal?
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then... it is just his work terminal,
we don't
right?
have any rules anyway. We don't have police.
Good luck with everything, 1K. And thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, do they leave without enforcers of law? It kind of just works out.
Dude, you're back from the island.
Oh, this guy.
I'm so glad you're okay, dude. Especially after what happened to Byron.
How's the situation in New Jerusalem?
Lately, a lot of folks have been saying
up?
maybe that Byron
It
dude
only
is right
weirdly
after
blurs.
all. Like, maybe to really be excellent to each other,
In the city?
we have to build something new and bodacious. Don't know what'll happen now that he's had that bogus accident.
Jesus. Have you ever met Cornelius?
Yeah, I come here all the time. He's a wise dude. I've asked him a lot of dumb questions, and he's always taken the time to answer them.
Byron dude is right after all, like maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and bodacious. Cornelius, lab location and accessible, deliberate, unclear. User profile, yes. Gold, puzzles as barrier, yes. Hidden as self-protection, likely. External help for upload, yes. Asks Herman, no. Trust 1K, undecided. Applicable to Calvin, no. Applicable to Sarapai, with Noyama, yes. Had to write it down, or he would forget about it. No idea what this means.
So this is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
Alright, you can use those. Fuck, it's harder to read. I'll call it final available for happiness. Unpopular opinion, happiness is not material. Ultimately, all attempts to find meaning in material things are doomed. This is usually understood as a criticism of technophilia, but it applies just as much to its opposite. Meaning can be found neither in technology nor in primitivism, because meaning simply does not exist in the external world. You can be happy in an old stone house or a skyscraper, but it all depends on you and your perception of the world. If you find spiritual balance within yourself, you can be happy anywhere. Go take a boop in the forest without toilet paper and then tell me about happiness. Most upvoted comment. popular opinion, happiness is material. People say, oh, money doesn't matter, but come on, you know it does. Studies show that people do in fact get happier with more material wealth, and there isn't an upper cap, because the more money you have, the fewer worries you have, and the more options you have. Go where you want, do what you want. Have an idea, you can realize it without begging for crowdfunding money or filling out grant applications. That's real freedom. Money doesn't matter is something rich people came up with to keep the plebs in their place. Yeah, money is good, but if we're talking about happiness, it's a bit of a different thing than comfort. Like, sure, it will be more comfortable, but as soon as you get more money, your goalpost for what makes you happy will move further and further again, and then further again. And you'll never be really happy anyway. Wait, that was a comment. Whatever. Is there going to be a text game? I think this might be it. Or is it a repeat of what was in DLC? Wait, no, which? An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from the melting Arctic permafrost. Society is collapsing. Select your character class. Okay, that's new. Scientist. You are a scientist. The laboratory you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed. Rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Steal. You are caught stealing. You are lucky to escape with your life. Your family's hunger increased a lot. Stealing is high risk, high reward. Your family is now starving. They won't survive much longer. So... okay. There was no success in that one. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories working desperately to find a solution for the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. What's the difference here? Pursue a breakthrough or research? I don't know what's the difference. Suddenly the scientists recognize a pattern. The virus is an expression of nature, just like water or cows. And like water and cows, the solution isn't to fight it, because it can't be defeated. The solution is to find a way to live with it and harness its power. Research level increased a lot. Oh, I think it's created by a certain kind of person, or at least like designed to be created by one certain kind of person who believes that must be a balance in nature, and this is why now it's that. So I need to agree with what that person thinks is right. Otherwise the game is going to be over. Research level. Your work has begun on developing antivirus. Global population is now 4 billion. You and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of the town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by the billionaires in their underground bunkers. What will you do? Well, still didn't work out last time. Will it work out now? Maybe it's forage first, steal later? You successfully steal some food from an apartment that's abandoned or currently unoccupied at least. Your family's hunger decreased a little. Stealing is high risk, high reward. Your family is now hungry. Global population is now 3 billion. Meanwhile, the scientists continue their search for the cure. You can do it. You can save the world with the power of science. Research? It's not glamorous, but most scientific research consists of repetitive testing of samples and regimented recording of largely interchangeable results. Little by little, this is how science happens. Research increased a little. The research is reliable but inefficient. Current research level 99%. A promising antiviral has been discovered, but there is still work to be done on manufacturing and delivering it in time. Global population is 2 billion. As if things weren't bad enough, as the human population dwindles, the insect population has exploded. A plague of locusts has decimated the town's unripened crops. But perhaps your family still has a chance. The insects themselves are nutritious and plentiful. The insects are well fed and lazy. You grind them down into a nutritious paste with a mildly nutty flavor. Your family's hunger decreased a little. There is people who do eat locusts and crickets, I think, as a delicacy. Global population is now 1 billion. This is humanity's final chance, or rather like a new alternative exploration for not having meat. The cure is like for protein. The cure is close, but so is the tipping point in this pandemic. A race against time. Can you save the world? I don't know what's the difference. Research? Because we already made a breakthrough? Promising antiviral has been discovered, but there is still work to be done in manufacturing and delivering. And suddenly a breakthrough! The antivirus can be released as an aerosol carried on the wind and dispersed worldwide in a matter of days. This approach poses some risk to invertebrate life. The spiracles of cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol into highly poisonous compounds. Estimates suggest a 90% fatality rate among these species and anything or anyone which consumes them. Use character class special ability. What? I don't know my special ability. As a scientist, you are convinced there's some way to deliver the antivirus without poisoning the food chain and your family along with it. And as it turns out, you're correct. Unfortunately, it would take a further 6 months to develop, and by then there really wouldn't be much point. You don't want to lose your family, but as a scientist is only one reasonable course of action. Well, can you tell your family not to eat locusts after you release the antivirus? Saving humanity seems like an obvious ethical choice. The antivirus is released, bonding with the curriculum's cloud layer and falling as rain all across the planet. 87.5% of the human population has perished, but the last remaining billion will live to die another day. Also, I don't think it's possible to release the antivirus this way. You would need so much of the chemical. Except that is for you and your family who will die this very moment. The poisoning of the insect population you were relying on for food will have far-reaching consequences of the future planet Earth. But not for you, because you all are dead. Congratulations. This is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Witch. Politician. You're a politician. The intergovernmental organization you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are rationed. Try forage first. Crops in the fields aren't ripe yet, but you find a hoard green turnip which will keep your bellies occupied for now. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories working the pen. Is it the same? I think Breakthrough was good last time. Let's try research. Oh, it's randomized. And as politician, you're still doing research somehow. And those basically you choose between a high risk, high reward, and stable progress. As a politician, you enjoy exemplary skills of oration, which you promptly employ to convince people that you personally are responsible for the discovery of the antivirus. It may have been the scientists who did the manual labor, but it was the political class which enabled the funding of the scientists. The ramification of public acceptance of this narrative is that failure now to release the antivirus would be political suicide, even if the alternative is literal suicide. Is there a way not to eat locusts? I guess you have to just be lucky at RNG. There isn't barely any difference in like who you choose. Witch. You are a witch. Your local coven has disbanded. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed. well fed. Okay, family starved to death again. And basically, choosing foraging when there are locusts, you just don't get anything. So I need to succeed on 2 stealing. Oh, there we go. What's my special ability? As a witch, you're able to remake reality with the power of your mind alone. If you believe that the locusts remain safe to eat and that humanity will be saved from this virus, then that is what will happen. So far as you are concerned, regardless of the protestations of your eyes and ears, the text on this screen can say whatever it likes about the impossibility of saving everyone. Your reality is yours to weave as you see fit. Well, why is there a choice if they don't eat locusts? I guess they would be starving, so they have to eat locusts anyway. Two competing realities spread out before you. In one, the antivirus is released, bonding with the curriculum's clan, the human remaining. In the other, scientists agree that the risk is too great to release the antivirus, much to the surprise of almost everyone everywhere. You view these possibilities through a haze of dispassion, and make the simple decision to merge them and have both. And why shouldn't you? You are a witch. Congratulations, this is considered a win scenario. Okay. Infinite growth. Our society is sick, and the idea that's made it sick is growth. Infinite growth, infinite consumption on a finite planet is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more and more and more is what's making us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys, make more hamburgers, pour concrete over every last bit of green soil. Those who propose techno fixes to our problems are making the mistakes of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. The anthropogenic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed. That's what we must truly fight if we are ever going to undo the damage we did. And the battle starts with every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. I don't quite agree with that, but we should be more careful. What growth? This infinite growth on the finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't finite growth, it's the increasing lack of real material growth that benefits people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospitals? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market's going great though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely, yes sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down. Huge areas of potential technological advancement are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips, but we refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. Orangutans went extinct on a global level and nobody fully understands why. But hey, who needs better medical technology? Viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Seems kind of out of place for a museum of simulation. Like, the game was correct, but everything else is related to the themes of this game, or well, their real world. What? That's funny. Like a theater. They got the music. And I think this is it's been in the exactly the same puzzle was in the game. Now you need to minimize. Oops. Oh wait. How did it go? Oh yeah, I need to make this one already connected. Yeah, there we go. You don't even need an enhanced edition. Look at this. What am I doing? What? Fuck. Shit. Is there a reset? That's funny. There's more. Oh. Now to trigger it. I also remember this one. There's probably going to be an extra door. What? Okay. Or it's just for this. Modules. No Elohim blooding about. Okay. This, I guess. Fuck. Ah. Like, I need to make sure I'm leaving enough space here. But wait, so they also managed to recreate these props and lasers and force fields apparently. Why wouldn't they use force fields to make a dome? Or these? Can you carry things out? No. How did they make that? And no achievements. Oh fuck. That's the worst. Oh my god. No. Hexahedrons on top of replica of an electrified sphere. Do they have a name? Alright. So, where is this guy's house then? Depart to megastructure. Aren't we supposed to like investigate his home or something?
Welcome back,
Damien.
1K. Thanks again for signing that petition. Unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't enough.
Wait, what was it about? New alternatives for energy? Did you hear Atol's speech?
I heard it 15 times when he was practicing it. I think Atal, like many of us, feels that the time for change is long overdue. The technology you uncovered on the island is the final catalyst for that change, or it should be.
What is going on?
Yesterday, there was a sudden brownout in the grid, and we almost had a derailment. We've been warning the mayor for months, and all he ever gives us is waffle about the goal. This can't go on.
Methods are wrong. I don't know about their methods. So far I only seen them just protesting. Well, as far as I can see, they're doing all right. I fully support you.
Thank you. Your support means a lot.
Peaceful.
To us. We need to get through.
They're trying to get to the bottom of the problem that is pressing.
Hi, 1K.
All right, in my book. What about that secret society? I wonder if it will try to make me do or say the opposite things under the guise that it will actually help to the goal that I want to achieve. Yep.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition.
Oh, I thought I already was there.
Oh, it's you! 1K. Please tell me, you were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
If we find him, he'll be fine.
Oh, Byron, always getting into trouble. He's been like that for 1,000 years, you know. But losing him would be terrible.
Is that
But anyway,
metaphorical?
you come to take
1,000
a well-deserved
years?
break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
What Gehenna?
Gehenna was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans. In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
What happened to the people of Gehenna?
In the very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
So, okay. These guys are on gold disc, and what does that mean? Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
Well, aside from texts that they wrote, it wasn't the only thing. They were writing like stories and Jeff Goldblum adventures. How do you see the role of the artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us lessons or imparting values.
I don't know about that.
Nor do I think it's simply self-expression.
What is it then?
The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable.
What?
The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
What? It definitely is for the people. You can't create art not for yourself, not for the people, not for anyone, for like... You could maybe create it for the god if you believe in God, but then if he doesn't exist, then you're still kind of creating it for somebody. I don't think it could be separated from the audience. Where could Cornelius have gone?
If it's true that he knew where Athena was, then he's gone back to the island. There's no way he'd ever leave her. He must have some kind of plan. But I don't know more than that. He's been very private these last few centuries.
Ghosts of Atlantis by Corazon. A lyrical atmospheric quasi-sequel to Atlantis, a classic work created by Lilith. The original game told the story of the inundation of the mythical islands, no doubt reflecting the impending fate of the citizens of Gehenna. Argument Simulator by Goethe, a short punchy work of games as commentary. Do you agree with the conclusion it suggests? I think there was Goethe on social media posting a lot. Alright, gotta end it here. So I think it's about the half game then. We'll get to come back to Jerusalem. Alright, see you around. Thanks for watching.